guys, I'm Kyle. Welcome back to another video. So today we are at the Silver Lake sand dunes and we're gonna go have some fun on the sand. I'm really excited. First off-road trip with the truck on 35s. I know one of the big questions was, with this big of a tire this close to the ball joint, when I air down, am I gonna have any problems with rubbing on the ball joint? I have a GoPro. I'm gonna be able to mount my GoPro right here to this bar and get a good, hopefully get a good shot of that ball joint. And obviously if it's rubbing, I'll hear it. So I'll keep you posted on rubbing at 10 PSI, but check out how much this 35 squishes at 10 PSI. So we are running no bead locks, 35s, stock wheels. I'm pretty excited, so let's go get out there.
So as far as using this trip to continue my series of would my 4x4 make it, I didn't really know what to think, because this is a tough place where pretty much anything with four-wheel drive can get out here and get on the sand and have a good time. But how capable your vehicle is gonna directly affect how steep of hills or how soft of sand you're able to make it through, or how many times you get stuck during the day. So luckily there's always people with tow straps to pull you out if you're stuck. It's tough for me to give it a rating, because if your truck's a 2, lots of stock trucks out here that would be my definition of a 2, that were driving around flat sand, having a good time, going out and seeing the water. So plenty of stock trucks that can come out here, but you might not make it up Test Hill. You might not, there's going to be limitations to how capable your vehicle is as far as speed. I know in my last Colorado I had out here, I didn't want to go over 15 miles an hour just because the suspension couldn't handle it like this truck can. So yeah, pretty tough to give a rating for my would my 4x4 make it series. But if I had to, I'd say a 2, because as long as you have four-wheel drive, you can come out and enjoy the sand.
All right, so after all that humbling abuse, I'm walking around, doing a walk around here, and yeah, you can tell at full compression they are rubbing on the fenders. So I'll show you here the marks that I'm seeing. So keep in mind, this is 35, 40 miles an hour through the dunes. You can see it's kind of polishing. Let me get it to focus there. Kind of polishing the bottom of that fender flare, so it is rubbing on the rear, and then on the front we have this little screw, and you can just see some vertical marks here. So rubbing on the screw. Luckily I don't see any damage to the tire from rubbing on that screw, so that's good. Now up in the front, you can see I've trimmed away all of that. So the only place we're rubbing up here is right on this plastic here, and that's fine. That's not very hard contact. Obviously nothing in the front. Looking inside, this is where we'd be looking for wear on the tire from hitting the ball joint. There doesn't appear to be any. So I don't see any damage to the tire that would suggest that it's rubbing on that ball joint, which is good. So we're gonna hang out here for a minute. This is called Test Hill. So this is the first big hill climb when you get into the dunes. And this is a really fun spot to hang out. You can see there's lots of trucks around, both lined up, haven't tried it yet, and sitting up there at the top of it. So I'll show you some cool clips of what other type of rigs are running around out here.
So this Suburban completely locked up his engine, his motor. I'm not sure exactly what the details were of what he did or what happened, but he had a friend with a Silverado 1500 that was trying to pull him out of here. Unfortunately, it's uphill to get back to the parking lot. To get to the exit was up this sand hill right here, and the truck, it's just a pretty stock 1500 that was trying to pull him out. Couldn't get it. I had these kinetic energy ropes from Bubba Rope, which have kind of come in handy a number of times, and here was one where you really could see it work, because even like with my 35s aired down, I did not have the traction or the power or whatever you want to call it to just straight pull him up this sand hill. I was just stopping dead in my tracks and digging down. So I was definitely using the kinetic energy of yanking on him, as you'll see here. Thankfully, Heather was willing to take the challenge of sitting in the pickup bed while I was yanking on this guy, and she was fine. But this was a really fun challenge for the truck. I've never seen my engine temps up as high as it was here. I was running 4 low and like 5,000 RPMs, pulling this guy out of the sand, and yeah, the truck did great. My rear bumper tow hooks held up great. The kinetic energy ropes did great, and we got him out. So this was a fun experience for me with the truck, and you get to see the Bubba Rope is a sponsor of the channel, so I really appreciate them giving me the discount on these ropes that they did. And you get to see him put to work here, pulling a 7,000 pound dead weight hunk of steel uphill on sand. So yeah, for anyone that was wondering, my engine temps were but like 220 or something in there, higher than I've never seen it over half. So this was higher than I had ever seen my engine temps, getting this guy pulled uphill.
All right, so we are all set up at camp for the night. As you can see, we are more of the off-road type than the overland type. We like coming to places that have picnic tables and fire pits for us. So yeah, there's our tent. You'll notice there on the ground, I took my spare tire out. I am throwing the truck around pretty hard in the dunes, and the one thing that I've seen happen with 420 motors was throwing the front of the bed into the cab with that flex there. So I figured taking 100 pounds out of the front of the bed would definitely help for the sand dunes, and we had a great time. So we are here for 2 days. We're gonna enjoy hot dogs on the fire, enjoy some drinks, and we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, so my friend Arthur is now here. He saw my post on Facebook and decided to show up to play in the sand with me.
Decided it was a great day to be out in the dunes. So this is my truck. It is the Green Dragon.
So he has got some brand new 33-inch Milestar Patagonias that we're going to be testing out. He's got a pretty cool build here, so if you have questions about his build, you can actually check out my last video. I did a full walk around of his truck, and you can find that on my channel.
Let's see how it does on the dunes.
Yeah, can't wait to try the tires out.
So this little community racetrack out on the dunes was actually one of the most fun parts. I mean, it was so much fun racing all sorts of different trucks. ZR2 held its own. Obviously, you can see there a Raptor is definitely faster than a ZR2. But I definitely beat a lot of the full-size trucks, beat some of the heavy-duty trucks. A couple of the heavy-duty trucks beat me on some of the races. But, man, it was a lot of fun. It's actually, it's plowed by just a volunteer guy with a tractor that plows it and keeps it flat. Really fun part of the dunes, but definitely one of the most dangerous parts. I wish they didn't let four-wheelers and dirt bikes run alongside these big trucks, because that's pretty dangerous in my opinion. And there were a couple of close calls, but luckily nobody got hurt while we were there.
Alright, so we're going for 2 minutes, right?
2 minutes.
Alright, so...
And I'm giving you an extra pound.
You're down to 10?
Yep.
Alright, so let's explain what's going on here. So I have the Air 440 air compressor, and I'm pretty proud of it. I think it does a great job.
I've got the Smittybilt 2781. I also think it does a pretty good job.
Alright, so this is a air compressor race. I have a disadvantage in tire size. I have a 35 by 12.5, and you have a
33 by 11.5.
33 by 11.5. So we are gonna run both of our air compressors for 2 minutes. He's starting at 10 PSI, I'm starting at 11, and we're gonna see where we end up.
On your mark,
Get set.
go.
Stop.
See what the truck says. We'll see if it's accurate first.
The moment of truth.
All right, so my truck is saying 27 for that front tire. 25, that's my guess.
28.
34.
Oh! I think we have a clear winner.
All right, it's a fair match. I have a bigger tire. That's my defense.
Okay, so Kyle thought he might have had a little bit of an unfair advantage. I agree, he might have. So,
The only way.
just to double check, you got this tire at 10, and we're going to run the same test with his compressor on my tire, and we're going to see in 2 minutes if it can beat 34. What do you
So
think?
flipping the test, last time we had 27 PSI to 34 PSI. Now we're running my compressor on his truck, his on mine, and we'll see what we get.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Stop.
All right, let's check them.
So for
I think about 29.
Smitty built on the 35.
Let's see, where are we at?
We are at 30.
Ooh, 30.
30. I was off by a pound. Pretty close.
All right.
Close.
So
3 pounds
so
more.
his compressor did 3 pounds more on my truck.
Let's see how yours did.
All right.
We're looking for 34 or better.
29.
Wow. All right, you beat me fair and square.
What did you say about that, Kyle?
Guess
Fair match.
Smitty built made in China is the better air compressor here.
Smitty built 2781. It's also, what, half the price?
Yeah, half the price. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for staying to the end, those of you that are still watching to see this clip. And let me know, give me some feedback on video editing. I'm still very novice at editing and making these videos. I have no formal video editing training. So let me know if this video was too long, if you like me including a little bit more content on this one. And stay tuned for more videos. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. That really helps me out. So thank you.